A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Survival of No Limits. So, yeah, once again, it's quite a big time for me to return, because I'm now in the middle of Rotary Park, and, well, as it turns out, of course I'm sitting in front of a fireplace. One, of course, that can be open-flamed at any moment, without me realizing it. But the truth is that, well, I got lots to talk about for this upcoming 2 weeks. And as it turns out, this first topic alone is enough to make skin crawl amongst all other sorts of people out there within all certain categories of fear. Because today, starting off with number 105 in the series known as, well, bite patterns, or basically put, the analysis of how bite patterns can in fact be as destructive as ever. Because let's just say that we've all had at least one mortifying experience that involved an animal attack of some sort. I will never forget times like those. I've been bitten, scratched, and possibly even flayed by certain animals of all sorts. From household pets to rare species, across the board we've had at least one type of experience that we can relate to on a higher note. If there's one thing though that can always be as intimidating as it might seem, then it would have to be bite patterns. Because if a certain animal does bite you or stings you, then there's no doubt that anything could go wrong. Anything, of course, relating to bite patterns. From toxins multiplying to bacteria taking place, wounds getting infected, and possible sepsis, which would also lead to shock and death. Anything, of course, can take place. Everybody's different in any way. Whether they're immune to certain toxins, of course I could go on boasting about it, but that would be a little too easy and also a little too selfish. But bite patterns are also one of those things that everybody needs to get to know about. Because whether it be a rattlesnake, a black widow spider, or even a Gila monster, to many other species, that they can bite you and inject some sort of potent venomous toxin into your system. And there are a lot of ways that it can go down. But in the end, anybody could actually die from extreme sepsis and poisoning resulting from an animal bite. And I have talked a lot about venomous creatures before here on Survival of No Limits, especially when you get down to many weeks ago when I basically set the bar a little higher than usual. But when it comes to finding out how a bite pattern can relate to the origin that traces back to whatever animal had originally attacked you out there in the wild, most of the time, scientists who are at the highest of skill levels in terms of analyzing different bite patterns are able to trace these approximations over to different animal species of all sorts. Whether they could be from certain reptiles, lizards, Komodo dragons, snakes, crocodiles, and the like, to tons of other things out there. Insects, and pretty much the like. From the common to the uncommon, from the dangerous to the not so dangerous. Everybody has at least one unique story to tell about how they've gotten bitten or stung by certain creatures out there in the wild, or even within the comfort of their own home when they least expect it. Like I said, I've had my share of these kinds of horrifying stories, but we're not going to go into detail on that, at least for right now. But that's pretty much going to cut it for today. If you want to see more, go down to my channel with all the new topics that I have to uncover, and also with lots of new ideas that I have in the works. Then make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.